So ladies, once again, thank you so much, guys, for joining us tonight. I'm super excited. This is my first Discover Arbonne session. I've got the pleasure of hosting it with one of my favorite local ladies here, the lovely Kathy Jordano. And so we're going to jump in just a second, okay? I just want to make sure that everything is awesome for you guys and you can see the screen and you can hear us clearly. But I am not the pro at this. You guys know I'm a techie pro, but I'm a newbie when it comes to Arbonne. So I'm excited because I'm basically going to hand things over to Kathy and have her introduce herself so that you can jump into discovering Arbonne for yourself.
Okay, well, thank you, LaShanda. My name is Kathy Jordano, Executive District Manager for Arbonne International. I've been a district manager for the last 4 years, working towards area manager and my Mercedes. And I have had LaShanda join my team, and I'm so excited. We talked about 6 months ago. I did a short presentation at our women's meeting, and she was interested and wasn't quite ready for it. And then I had a meeting with her about something totally different, and this came up, and so LaShanda jumped on, and I'm excited to have her on my team. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself and the Arbonne story. We are a botanically based beauty, health, and wellness company with a 35-year history. This is our 35th year anniversary. We have cutting-edge research and development. Our head guru, Dr. Peter Matravers, came from Aveda, and he is credited with bringing Aveda to over $11 million with sales in 11 years.
Wow.
And he left them and came to us. So we are super excited that he's on board. We are a passionate culture of independent consultants. We are green. We offer global opportunities. We have a fantastic compensation plan. And the thing I love, another thing I love about our business is when you reach area, you can will your business to your family. And so you can pass a legacy down 3 generations, which there's very few, if any, other network marketing companies that do that. We have a home office team that is second to none. We just launched our new website, and they have been on call pretty much 24/7 for the last month and a half, and working through a few technical difficulties, but they have been troopers as well as all our independents, and our new website is up and running. We also have a state-of-the-art distribution and support centers. Although our products are formulated in Switzerland, they are manufactured here in the United States.
Yes.
So that's something I love, too, because we are supporting the United States economy. All right. What makes our products unique are our plant-based formulations, and we blend the best of science and nature. Now, you know, anything you mix together becomes a chemical. So I won't say chemical-free because you can mix water with something and it's a chemical.
Right.
But all of our formulations come from plant-based materials. We have the highest quality ingredients from around the globe. Our products are pH correct, dermatologist tested, hypoallergenic. We have been vegan certified, dermatologist tested, and our products are clinically proven to give you results within 24 hours. The other thing that I absolutely love is that we've never tested on animals, nor do we have animal byproducts in our products.
Which is important.
And that is very important. Most people do not realize that their products contain animal byproducts. I never knew it. I never knew what a rendering plant was. And basically what a rendering plant is any animals that were killed on the roadside, euthanized animals, human placentas, cow placentas, baby placentas, anything left over at meat packing plants that is not for human consumption gets sent to a rendering plant, gets all ground up together, and cosmetic companies are the leading purchasers, and they use it as a cheap filler in their cosmetics and skincare products. So it's kind of gross to think you're putting that on your body and on your face. So I'm loving that we've never tested on animals or have to have animal byproducts.
And I didn't know that until you told me.
Yep. And our heritage is Swiss. We adhere to the strictest standards in the world. Out of 1,200 chemicals that are used, I shouldn't say chemicals, out of 1,200 ingredients that are used in products in the United States, all but 9 are banned in the European Union, all but 5 are banned in Switzerland. And as you know, the Swiss are known for their products.
Yes.
Swiss clocks, Swiss watches, Swiss chocolate.
High-end products.
Oh, yeah, they have the best of everything. So to have Swiss formulations is really, really important.
Right.
And it's at affordable prices. That's what I love as well. All right. Another advantage to our products, our nutrition products are formulated without gluten, petrolatum, which are petroleum-based products, animal products or byproducts, formaldehyde donating preservatives. A lot of people do not, you just made a face that was so funny, because the first time I heard that formaldehyde was used in cosmetic products and body lotions,
yeah.
I had that same look like, oh my gosh, that's what they involve people in.
Right.
I don't want that stuff on my body. So I was kind of grossed out too.
They make it smell so great, but we don't know. They try to hide all that.
That's exactly right. And the petrolatum or petroleum-based products, a lot of people don't realize either, is just a fancy name for mineral oil.
Mm.
Mineral oil is actually a carcinogen. It has been deemed a carcinogen by the World Health Organization. And it comes from what's left over at the bottom of the barrel when they make gasoline and heating oil. It's just like sludge.
Right.
And again, skincare companies are the #1 purchasers because it's a very cheap filler. It's like $10 a gallon, whereas the oils we use in our products could be hundreds of dollars a gallon.
Right.
They put it in their products, and they don't see a problem with that. But the World Health Organization has deemed it a carcinogen.
Yes.
So in the United States, it's allowed. But companies like Johnson & Johnson, who use it in the United States, it's not allowed in Europe.
Right.
They have formulations for the same products that we have, for example, Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo. In Europe, they don't put the mineral oil in it. They formulated it differently because in Europe, you can't use it. I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Because if they can do it for them, they can do it for us.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, the FDA does not police most of this stuff. And there's a lot of things going into our products that we don't know about their long-term effects. And what happens is you get, compounded effects because you have one product that has mineral oil, then you have another product that has mineral oil, then another product that has mineral oil, and so you're just building it up over time in your system.
Right.
Mineral oil is also an occlusive. It forms a barrier on your skin. So even if you put the best products in the world on after you use mineral oil, it's not going to get in because the mineral oil forms a barrier. It's like in the NICU with the preemies, they use petroleum jelly because their skin is so sensitive. And for short periods of time, it's okay. They use it in some cuts and abrasions and things.
Right.
And again, that's what it was actually made for. It was made for very short-term use.
Not long.
Not long-term use, and unfortunately, that's what it's gone to. So it's you really need to read your labels. Usually you're going to see it as one of the top 3 in your product.
Wow.
The problem is it goes by lots of names.
Mm-hmm.
Anything with petro in it is something petroleum-based, but you'll see mineral oil, you'll see petrolatum, you'll just see petro. There's just lots of different names for it, so you really have to do your due diligence and do some research on your products. Chemical dyes and fragrances are the leading causes of contact dermatitis. A lot of people have skin issues.
Yeah.
I've noticed, I'm also a school teacher, and I have a lot of children that have eczema.
Yeah.
And it's been getting worse and worse over the years, and it's because of the chemicals that they're putting in our products. That's where most people get their
A lot of the parents I notice I talk to, and their kids, Christopher has eczema, they talk about that too.
We have a fabulous, it's called the ABC line, but it's not just for babies, fabulous line that has a lotion that treats that eczema. Of course, it's not going to cure it because there really is no cure.
No.
but it does calm it down, and it pretty much goes away, so it's not very visible. We have a mutual friend whose daughter had really bad eczema on her arms and on her neck, and she started using the lotion, and within a week, it was almost cleared up, and she was so excited because she could wear sleeveless.
Oh, awesome.
And then I don't know if I have another friend who had a baby who was born with really bad eczema, and nothing worked. She's a nurse, took the baby to every doctor she could think of. They could not give the baby anything. She used the ABC baby lotion. Yeah. Within 12 hours, she called me in tears. She was so excited. That's an amazing thing, It's amazing.
Especially during the winter time with Christopher and eczema, literally tears, because his skin gets dry and it's like scaly. And it can be really painful.
It is, because you
12-hour results.
12-hour results.
That's amazing.
This baby was head to toe.
Oh,
the poor little thing.
Yeah.
And she just was so thrilled. I mean, she was in tears when she called me. And so that I always think about that, and it makes me feel really good that I have products that can help people.
Right.
Another thing we don't have in any of our products are artificial sweeteners, colors, or flavors, and we have no parabens or phthalates. Phthalates are what they use to make the scents last longer in products, and they are endocrine disruptors. And so that's where a lot of people are getting estrogen dominant. And by the age of 35, most women, 85% of women, are estrogen dominant because of the use of phthalates. And one that's real common is the backing on carpeting. When you put down new carpet in your house, you get that smell.
Yeah.
Well, that's from the phthalates. And what it does is it just gets into your system, and it causes all kinds of problems: fatigue, depression, PMS, infertility, ovarian cysts, you name it. There's 88 symptoms of estrogen dominance, but that's a whole other presentation, because we could go into that forever. Now the next slide is my why. One reason I'm doing this is because I love animals and I want to use good things on my body.
Absolutely.
It only takes 26 seconds for anything you put on your body to get into every organ of your body, a trace of it. And so this is a picture of myself, my son, and my husband. And my husband and my son are my biggest why. I'm doing this because of them. First of all, I want to retire my husband, because he's got 2 really bad shoulders. He's a landscaper, and he's in pain constantly because of his work. Yeah. My son just graduated from college a year and a half ago, and he's got tons of student loans. And so I want to help him with that a little bit, and I know he's going to be planning on getting married soon, so I kind of want to help him get set up a little bit. Right. And also for me, I want to continue to educate people. I want to go from educating 6-year-olds to educating adults.
That's about the teacher in you.
Yes, about products that are pure, safe, and beneficial, because so many people don't know what goes in our products.
Right.
So right there, I'll just share a little bit of my story and how I got involved with Arbonne. 4 years ago, I was walking, and a neighbor came running out of her house, and she said, "You got to try this stuff." And she gave me a sample of the RE9, and I was just being a good neighbor, because I'm a very skeptical person. I do not believe in miracle results or quick fixes. I just never saw it happen.
Same here.
And I have rosacea, and 4 years ago it was very bad. My face was raccoon cheeks and just red and broken out and T-zone oiliness. It was horrible. Couldn't wear makeup. So I tried this stuff just to make her happy. Well, within 12 hours, I saw a difference, but I thought I was imagining it.
Yes.
So I went over to her house the next day, and she said, before I could say a word, "Oh my gosh, your face isn't as red." Went back to school 3 days later, because we were on Easter break, and every teacher who walked through the door said, "Oh my gosh, what did you do to your skin?" And I was hooked. And I didn't even tell my husband. I just went over to her house and said, "I'm in." And she thought I was just going to sign up as a client. I said, "No, girl, I want to be a consultant. I have got to let people know about this product." Because the results were that good that fast, and I have never looked back. So that's my story, and part of the reason is the RE9, but as you can see, we have a wide range of products. We have everything from skincare to deodorant and toothpaste, and we can help and serve everybody in your family, help you make good choices for everyone from babies to grandma and grandpa. We serve every age group. Our RE9 Advanced Anti-Aging is one of our flagship lines. It firms, smooths, and brightens your skin. It reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It evens your skin tone, and you will get visible results within 24 hours. And that I can tell you because I got visible results within 24 hours. Our other flagship product are our nutrition products. We have a 30 Days to Healthy Living, I guess you can call it a program. And if you want to hit the refresh button and you want to feel good and you want to start sleeping better at night and get rid of toxins in your body,
yes.
It teaches you how to eat clean, consume whole foods, how to avoid allergenic foods, and all of our products are formulated to go with this. So you use them in conjunction. And I'm on it, as a matter of fact, right now, and you're starting yours on Monday.
My first detox challenge.
Yes, I'm so excited. So what's different about Arbonne, and how does it compare to a traditional business model? Well, basically in traditional business, it goes from manufacturer, wholesale, warehouse, sales force, and then finally it makes it to you, and we pay for that. Every time it has to make a stop along the way, we have to pay for that because, you know, there's employees, payroll, there's overhead expenses, long hours. If you own a traditional business, it can be high investment, it can be high risk. You work your life away, and basically your business does own you. Whereas a network marketing business, you go straight from the manufacturer to the consumer. We are in the middle. However, the products do not come through us and go to the consumer. The products go straight from the manufacturer to the consumer. The consultants in the middle are the ones who will educate you on the products that will fit your needs best.
Right.
Clients, once you order the first time, you'll get a number, a client ID number. You can order online yourself. You do not have to go through a consultant once you initially put your first order in. Arbonne stocks and all the products, and they get delivered directly to you. They're consumable products, so you get repeat orders. That's another great thing about network marketing. With Arbonne, it's all consumable.
Right.
You know, so when you look at your target market, do you know anybody that has skin, LaShanda?
Absolutely.
I do too. Repeat orders equal repeat income, and you can leverage your time and build a team. So why Arbonne? Why now? Network marketing is actually the fastest growing business model in the world. It is the business of the 21st century.
Yes.
And they said within the next 5 years it's going to grow 600%.
Oh, wow.
I know, it's amazing.
600%.
600%. Anybody can do it. Baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, digital generation, because it offers economic opportunity, an evergreen commitment, ownership and flexible lifestyle, and an internet-based business. It definitely fits into life today because you can fit it into your nooks and crannies. We have 4 ways you can earn an income. From commissions, you profit from your own personal sales. You get a 35% commission on client sales, 20% commission on preferred clients. Overrides, and this is where you earn from product sales by your team, and this is where you really see the benefit of network marketing. Our next step up, which is the one I'm working towards right now, is the RVP, Mercedes-Benz Cash Bonus Program, and that's for vice presidents and up. You get $800 a month towards a Mercedes, and it's yours. I mean, once it gets paid off, it's yours. The only time you lose it is if, and they're still paying for it, is if you don't make your numbers.
Yes.
But And then also you can get cash bonuses. Every level of management, you can get a bonus. Last month I made my district manager bonus.
Awesome.
There's a $200 district manager bonus, $400 area manager bonus, and $600 regional vice president bonus. So potentially you can earn a $1,000 bonus a month. And Andrea does.
Yes.
Our regional vice president. So, and that's just an extra $1,000.
Yes.
I think a lot of people could find a lot of use for that.
For an extra $1,000, absolutely.
Right. So basically, it starts with you, and you build your network of independent consultants and clients, and then you just continue to strengthen your retail network. You're always looking to build. And the one thing that's so exciting is the global opportunity with Arbonne. We just opened in Poland. Poland is known now as the gateway of Europe because they've done so much infrastructure repair and renewal over the last 7 years.
Yeah.
And they're booming over there. Their middle class is the strongest in Europe right now, and it's also growing, which is unusual. Currently, we're in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, and Poland, and we will be opening up in Taiwan later this year. So, and we're looking to expand to, I believe, 5 more countries in the next 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So you just stop and think, where would you see yourself? You have 3 ways that you can join. You can just be a host, and you can receive free products and benefits. You just have your friends and family over to learn about the products. You can become a client or a preferred client, and you can benefit from personalized shopping and assistance from your consultant. You can either do it yourself or you can have your consultant order. I have customers who call me every month because they want me to put in the orders, and I'm like, cool, I'll do it for you.
Yes.
And then I have others that just want to go online and do it, and that's fine too. Our preferred client fee is just $20, kind of like a Sam's Club membership. And then you renew for $15 a year after that, and you get 20% off everything you purchase, and you also will get access to specials. Like right now we have our ASVP specials, and you could get 40% off products. Our independent consultants, that's where you're ready to start your business. This is your plan B.
And I love when you say that, your plan B.
Well, nowadays, everybody's got their plan A, and they're working like crazy, and they're running around with the kids and the husband and the wife, and there's just so much going on. There's no time for anything. And, job security is really a thing of the past. There really is no job security anymore. There is no, where 40 years ago you went to work in a factory and you worked for 40 years and you got this great pension and you got benefits. That doesn't
nowadays are 40 years in working 3 jobs.
Exactly.
A lot different.
And what I love about our business is that it's a very minimal fee. It's $79 to join, and then, of course, you've got to buy your products. But you get 35% off. You have an unlimited income potential. There is no glass ceiling. So you can make your business as big, or some people just want extra grocery money.
Right.
And that's cool. You can use a couple extra $100 a month. Other people, our regional vice president makes $14,500 a month.
Yeah. Almost $15,000 a month.
And then our national vice president makes $47,000 a month.
Oh.
So, it's all what you want to make it. You have an opportunity to have a Mercedes-Benz paid for. Who doesn't want that?
Right.
And you get to grow so much personally, and you get to meet people, and it really, the thing I love about our company, too, is it's a company that gives back. We have a charitable foundation that works with teenage girls and boys across the country and has provided lots and lots of opportunities for them, and that's exciting. A lot of people, these are their common fears. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't know enough people. What are people going to think? What am I getting into? I've heard all of these before. I, however, did not even stop and think about this.
You were just excited about the results.
Excited. My husband, I went home and said, oh, yeah, by the way, he just laughed because he knows me. He knows if I signed up for something, he knows it had to be good because I just don't do that. You know, I've never been that kind of a person. I'm very cautious when it comes to things like that. But what I say is dream big. You know, don't ask what if it doesn't work. Think about what if it does.
Yes.
Think about where you want to be in 5 years. In 5 years, I really don't, I hate to say it, I don't want to be working in education.
Yeah.
Public education is not a very good place for teachers right now.
It's hard.
It's a horrible thing to say. I love teaching.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. I love my 6-year-old. I teach reading, and I love it. But the politics is just getting to be too much. So in 5 years, I don't want to be dealing with that. I'm getting too old to be dealing with that. So I want to be in a business that I can leverage my time. If I want to work, I can work. If I want to go away on a cruise, I can go on a cruise. Every year in January, there's an MVP meeting in Maui that is completely paid for by the company. Well, yeah, I think that would be a nice place to go in January, don't you?
Yeah, when it's freezing cold, depending upon where you are, you're in everybody else is cold, you're in Maui.
Exactly, and that's exactly what happened this year. We were getting all these blogs from our national vice president and all these emails, and it was like, oh my gosh, I want to be there. So I just say to you, dream big. You are where you are today because of the choices you made yesterday.
Yes.
If you keep doing what you're doing, where are you going to be in 5 years?
Right.
You know, and you may be very successful. I mean, nobody's saying you're not going to be successful, but what about your kids? What about your family? What about the time you have to spend at your business? You know, you're missing out on an awful lot. And then finally, instead of asking yourself, what if it doesn't work, ask yourself, what if it does?
Yes.
So will you say yes to your future today?
Yes.
And then we just have our compensation summary and the no guarantees.
Right. Nothing is, of course,
Right.
guaranteed. It's about how much you put into it.
Right, exactly.
And the more you love what you do, the more you get out of it.
And you know, I'm not saying it's easy because nothing is easy. Nothing worthwhile is ever easy. And you do have to work at it. And there is some sacrifice because in order to build your business, you do have to give up some time. Like I work full-time. I'm a full-time teacher, and I do this in addition to that. And so it is hard at times. I mean, coming home from school today, I was talking to you, and I said, oh, it's been a day.
Yeah.
I was white. The last thing I wanted to do was go out tonight. But then I get out, and I'm excited. I love these products. I love this business. The people I've met, I never would have met you.
Right.
If I hadn't started this, because I never would have joined the women's group.
WPN, right?
That's right.
And that's how you got into entrepreneurship.
Exactly. I've met so many wonderful people through my business and just had a chance to do things I never thought I would, you know, and so it's just been a great fit for me, and I hope it's a fit for some other people.
Now, one of the things that you said that I actually would love to interject is that how much you love the products, you know, and, you know, you'll find other quote-unquote network marketing opportunities out there, just business opportunities, but it's not just simply that, because I was just testing it out and said, you know, I like it and I want to see what happens next for me. So it's kind of not just, and I'm excited about the detox, I'll say that as well. It's not just a matter of, okay, well, this is something I can share with other people. It's something that you're integrating in your life. It's also like a lifestyle change with that.
Absolutely. Arbonne has a synergistic approach to their product and their philosophy. They don't just talk about wellness on the outside, they talk about wellness on the inside as well. And that's where our nutrition line comes in, and our RA9 line is on the outside. We also have other skincare lines, not just the RA9 line, but the thing I absolutely love about these products is what's not in them. That's what we're known for. We're not known for what's in our products. We're known for what's not in our products. And we are a company that does not advertise. We do not pay for advertising. All the models in our catalog are independent consultants that have volunteered. They're real people that have volunteered their time. They don't get paid for that. It's families. It's you name it. You see everybody in there. You see singles, you see men, you see women, you see families, you see Gen X's, you see everybody in our catalog, and they're all just like you and me. We've chosen to do that because we would rather put the money back into research, and also they put the money towards the consultants, and that's a really important thing. One of the reasons that Peter Moore, who is our founder, chose the Mercedes was because it is known as one of the safest cars in the world. And he wanted his consultants to be safe.
Yes.
And we actually had a consultant who was 8 months pregnant, executive national vice president in Tennessee, and she was driving on the highway one night, and something just flew and hit her car. It wasn't an accident. It was like something came off of a truck, totaled the Mercedes.
Yes.
She didn't have a scratch on her. I mean, and it's because of the car she was driving. Because
That's a blessing.
Yes. And, I mean, Peter was always thinking about his consultants. And basically, you can go anywhere and meet another Arbonne consultant, and it's like you're all a family.
Right.
We have our big convention coming up in a week and a half. I'm so excited.
Yes.
And there's going to be 16,000 of us in Vegas. And you can sit down and talk to any of them. They are just people like you and me. It doesn't matter if they're a national vice president or a district manager. We all started the same way.
Right.
We all had the same hopes and dreams and aspirations. So it's just a wonderful company to be part of.
It is. I'm excited about what happens next, and really wanted to share that with you guys in my community, this opportunity to discover Arbonne with me as I'm working through that and learning so much from Kathy. So I have to say it's absolutely an amazing time. Now, for those of you who are listening to us live, if you want to, you can definitely interject into the chat. Let me know if you have any questions. I can definitely answer them. Or, again, I'm not the pro here. You can definitely ask Kathy. And for those of you who are going to be listening to this via the replays, just in case you missed it, you can email me, lhenry@sistersense.com. Let me know what your questions are. And, of course, we can schedule a time, right? We can schedule a time to talk to them.
Absolutely. We can schedule a phone conference. We can do another webinar, live chat. We can schedule a coffee date, if they're local. And local is usually an hour away or less. So local isn't really Greenville if you're in the Raleigh area. We can,
Eastern North Carolina.
Yeah, pretty much. Because in this area, an hour really is not very far. But if you're in Eastern North Carolina, we can schedule a face-to-face meeting and answer some questions and talk about some more things specifically if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm, again, going to give you guys an opportunity to enter into the chat box, and I'm going to just check in there. But I would absolutely love it, Kathy, because you didn't mention some of your favorite products.
I know I didn't, because I could go on all night. That's the problem. There's so many. Well, I can tell you right now, and you already know about this one, my absolute go-to, cannot live without, are my fizzy sticks.
Wherever you go.
Wherever I go. When I first did the detox 3 years ago, I had to cut out caffeine because that's one of the, you cut out coffee.
Yes.
Whew, that was a tough one because I was a 2-pot-a-day coffee drinker.
Woo!
And so let me tell you, you talk about caffeine headaches.
Yeah.
I had one so bad for 4 days, I thought I was going to die.
Oh,
and
no.
Over Christmas break, I purposely did it over Christmas break because I wouldn't have to go to school.
That's equivalent to, as a diabetic, withdrawing from sugar, that crazy headache that not a pill in the world can get rid of.
Exactly. So what I found was we have fizzy tabs, and fizzy tabs take the place of soda, energy drinks, caffeine, any of the processed drinks.
Yeah.
What it is it's guarana, which is a natural caffeine. So it still has caffeine in it, but it's not processed. It's not exposed to pesticides. This coffee is actually one of the most chemically treated products in the world. And so you switch to this, and the one thing I love is that it doesn't give you that crash. You don't get that quick high and then crash. This is like a gradual release. Yeah. And all of a sudden you're kind of like, okay, I can do this. Yeah. Mine, especially 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been with my baby since 7:30. 2 o'clock, I'm tired. And honestly, if I didn't have this, I start sipping on it. You don't have to drink the whole thing, honey. You sip on it the whole day, and it just gives you that energy, that, bounce in your step. And so this is my go-to. And I would have to say the RE9 facial scrub is another one I can't do without because of all the skin problems I've had in the past. And it's the one thing I've used that doesn't make my face break out. And then probably the third thing would be the shakes. I love the protein shakes because I can get 20 grams of vegan protein. And it's so easy. You just mix it with water and whatever else you want to put in it, and it gives you all the protein you need. It gives you fiber. It gives you everything but the bad stuff. There's no soy. There's no whey, no gluten. There's only, I think, 6 grams of sugar in it, so it's not a lot of sugar. Yeah. But as far as I know, it's the only vegan protein shake on the market with 20 grams of vegan protein, and we use pea, rice, and cranberry protein.
I'm excited about that because I try to do shakes, and every now and again I put in my strawberry and my blueberry, but it's just not enough. So having that extra protein, I'm excited about getting onto the sweet part.
So I would say those are my 3 top products.
Now, it's funny because I just saw here that one of the ladies, she had commented, not necessarily a question, but I just saw that Katoya had mentioned that as you talked about Johnson & Johnson uses a lot of these products as far as in their baby products, and we're putting the stuff on our kids. And I had actually purchased with my detox, I purchased the kids' chewies. Because I'm like, okay, I'm going to start doing the protein shakes. I want Christopher to have some stuff too. So can you just talk about a couple of things that they have for the kids?
Okay. The chews are great. Another friend of ours bought those for her son. He was a football player and in high school, and he absolutely loved them. And see, that's the thing is they can be used by
my baby.
And then the big babies. But we have, for the children, we have Fit Chews. We have the ABC line. It's got lotion. It's got cleanser. It's got a shampoo. The thing, and I don't mean to single out Johnson & Johnson. And please, I hope I didn't offend anybody because that was not my intent. But one thing I do know is that you can use Johnson & Johnson shampoo, baby shampoo, to strip color out of your hair after you color it. I had a friend who colored her hair, and it was a red, and she did not like it. So another friend said, well, that's all right, we can get it out. And she took out her old Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo bottle, and they stripped the color out of her hair. Wow. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be using that on my child or my grandchildren. Wow. And so I didn't mean to pick on them personally because there are many companies that have these in their products. But the baby care line is not a baby care. It's for young children. And it can actually go up to 12, 13, 14. The friend who had the daughter with me, she was in 8th grade. So 13. So it can be used by anybody. We also have a con line that is intended for people with really, really sensitive skin, but younger, that would be good to use for younger children as well. And then we have the shampoo and the conditioner that can be used by everybody in the family. We have the body wash that can be used by everybody in the family. So you can really urbanize your home. Just think everything that you purchase at the store, you can purchase from Arbonne. We have toothpaste. I mean, everybody can use toothpaste. Right. And the thing about the toothpaste is there's no triclosan in it. There was a big article about, I'm not sure which brand it was, it had the little plastic beads. Getting under people's gums. And then bleeding. Exactly. I know what you're talking about. And so I just recently started using their toothpaste. And I love it. And it's like slowly but surely switching over. Well, I've been with the company 4 years, so I've pretty much used everything. And the men's line, my son and my husband use. The sun care products are another great product for the family. Because a lot of this is something a lot of people don't know either. On a lot of the sunscreens, you'll see PAVA-free. Well, you didn't see that a couple of years ago. And the reason you see it now is because the PAVAs that they put in this, it's some kind of product that they put in it, but what it actually does is it attracts UVA and UVB rays, and that's in sunscreen. Now, the purpose of sunscreen is to protect you from UVA and UVB rays, and it was actually attracting.
Wow.
And so it was essentially helping people get cancer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so now you'll see PAVA-free. It also was an irritant to a lot of people. There's a lot of people who can't use sunscreen, and they think it's the zinc oxide in it, which is the actual sunscreen part. But it could be. Some people are allergic to that, but I think what it was more was these PAVAs. And so our sunscreen has no PAVAs in it. And so it really is beneficial. And we have an after-sun care. If you do burn a little bit, that's wonderful. We have a cooling gelée in the C-Source line.
Yes, I've seen that.
And you can use that on sunburns. You can use that on bee stings, mosquito bites, fire ant bites. So there's a lot of the products that you can use with your children.
Yeah.
We have a summer medicine cabinet, we call it, and the gelée is one of the products in there because it just treats everyday things that happen to kids outside.
Yes.
You know.
And especially with the summertime coming up, I'm already like, okay, I see what I can do with the gelée.
Exactly.
And, of course, for those of you who are listening, you're all, well, for the most part, you're tech-savvy sisters like myself. So you can definitely go to LaShandaHenry.arbonne.com if you want to take a look. For the local ladies, we do have catalogs, but you can get the catalog on the website, can't you?
Yes, you can get the catalog on the website. There's a virtual catalog, I believe, attached to our new, because our websites are brand new.
Yes.
And I do believe that there is a virtual one that you can download because I have one on my iPhone.
Awesome. So definitely I would say, especially for those of you guys, I don't see any questions, so it seems like you guys got a lot of information today. But as you reflect on it, to go to the website, LaShandaHenry.arbonne.com, take a look at the virtual catalog and their vast line, over 200 products, right?
Yes. And there is one more thing that I just want to add. It is so very important to make sure whatever makeup you use has SPF. It does not matter the color of your skin or the gender you are. You have to wear something with SPF because skin cancer doesn't know race, color, creed, male, female. It's skin cancer, and it can affect anyone.
Right.
So no matter whether you use Arbonne products or not, please make sure that you use SPF because skin cancer is so prevalent now. There was a big thing on the news tonight of a woman who just had this little growth, and it turned out to be skin cancer, and she was like, I never knew African Americans could get skin cancer.
And what's crazy is that most of this you can't say that it's just genetics anymore. A lot of this is what we're putting on our skin and in our body.
Well, and it also is what we're putting in the environment. Over the last 100 years, 70,000 chemicals have been released into our environment. Most have not been tested. And that's straight from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. So it's not just what we're putting on our bodies, but it's what is going into the air around us, what's going into our water. I mean, now there are fish that can reproduce themselves. They don't need a mate because they've been genetically modified by all these chemicals. Mercury levels in fish, in tuna, are horrible. I mean, they're so high you don't even want to eat it anymore.
Right.
So...
and I love my tuna. I just have to eat it sparing with
I do too. And, it's just amazing what has been released into the environment that we don't know about.
Right.
So just try to educate yourselves, read your labels, and use SPF.
Now, you guys know I've got my pro here because Kathy is a true educator. So whether it be a call, a local meetup, or just sending me an email, we can definitely talk more about all the wonderful benefits of Arbonne. So, again, I want you to make sure that you connect with me and let me know what it is that you guys need, okay? So I see that you guys, I guess you're all set and good to go. Again, thank you so much for participating in this session for today. If you have any questions outside of what we talked about, again, shoot me an email, and definitely make sure you go visit the website because there's so much more to share and learn. All right, that's it for tonight, guys. Bye.
Thanks, ladies. Bye.